Hello, I'm Christina with The Turned Leg. I love to salvage, repurpose, and create and help others to do the same. And I've also been a booth owner at an antique mall since 2015. And on this channel, I have a playlist with a whole bunch of tips and tricks to help you as a booth owner. But this video is made just for me, although I bet it'll help some of you too. I find that there are a few things I am constantly reminding myself of, even though I've been doing this for quite some time. So I'm going to share my tips for myself in this video, and hopefully it'll help you too. Number one is get out of your head. You are your worst critic. Nothing is ever perfect. It's not going to be, but you've kind of got to quit listening to that little nagging, annoying voice in your head, or at least I do. I am constantly comparing myself to others, which I know is not right. I'm constantly striving to do better, which I think is a good thing. It was so funny. I was brought back to reality when I was talking with another dealer in my booth. This is a dealer who, I'm telling you, I've done videos before and I've said she is the queen of stacking. She is so good at stacking items. I'm constantly trying to look at her designs, figure out what she's doing, and get tips and tricks from her. And in my booth the other day, she came up to me and said, "Oh, I love how you stack stuff. I mean, you've really got that all figured out." I was like, "What?" So you are your worst critic. Don't pay too much attention to that little voice inside your head. Listen to what others are saying and give yourself a pat on the back every once in a while. This is a hard job and you need to recognize all of your accomplishments. Number two, and this kind of goes along with number one a little bit, and that is don't overthink it. I find myself constantly, whenever I'm doing anything booth related, trying to think about all of the things that could happen, or what I need to do first, or maybe I should do this before I do this. And a lot of times that just slows me down from what I really need to do, like redoing your booth or bringing in new items. Don't worry about, is it all gonna fit? How's it gonna look? Do I need to set it up ahead of time? Sometimes you need to do a little planning ahead of time to make things go more smoothly, but a lot of times I find that sometimes I'm just spinning my wheels and I'm not accomplishing anything. So what you need to do is don't overthink it, just do it. Make the to-do list, cross off the items, get those tasks accomplished so you'll have more time for yourself and your family. Are you enjoying this video? If so, you know what to do. Click the like button and subscribe. Also, if you click the bell, you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. It really helps me to continue to grow my channel to help others to salvage, repurpose, and create. Another thing I'm constantly telling myself over and over again is you need to try new things. We get in a rut, we get comfortable. And if you're not pushing yourself just a little bit more every day, you're not gonna grow as a business, and it's actually gonna hurt your business in the long run. Now, what am I talking about? I'm talking about new projects. I'm talking about social media. And if you haven't seen the video for tips on social media, I will put it up here so you can click on it to get more ideas. You need to try new stuff. Maybe you want to wholesale. Maybe you have an idea rattling around in your head. Maybe you want to get another booth. All of those things, if you kind of feel you should do it, something's tugging on your heart, but you're scared, I think you should really give it a try. I have found in this business, do the scary things. They help you grow the most. But I'm not always taking my advice. Those are the scary things, and I know it too. I have a few projects in the work that I've been stalling on too. Hopefully by making this video, it will encourage me to get working on those, get started, and I hope I also encourage you to do the same. You have so many great talents, but you're not gonna discover your full self. Your business is not gonna be the best it can be unless you tackle those hurdles and do those scary things you kind of want to do, but you're not sure. Just go do them. Next bit of advice I'm always reminding myself is to be nice to everyone, no matter what, even if you're having a hard day. Now, who am I talking about? I'm talking about the people at your antique mall. I'm talking about the cashiers. I'm talking about the dealers. I'm talking about not huge things. You don't have to bake everybody cookies every week, but if you want to, I'm sure they'd appreciate it. But doing things like holding the door, saying kind words to people as you go in and out of your booth, take those extra moments to do that. Also, keep in mind, you got to be nice to customers too. It's hard sometimes, and customer relations can be difficult. If you need to take a breath first, make sure to do that. If you get an email that upsets you, walk away, come back to it. But it's really important that you are nice to everyone. Finally, you also want to be nice to others that are in your field. People always talk to me and go, oh, it's competition, and why are you sharing your secrets, and why would you be talking to them because they're in... Listen, if you're in the business as someone else, you can create a great friendship. You can learn so much from one another by being nice and sharing ideas and successes and congratulating one another, that it's only going to help all of your businesses do well and be successful. There are others at my antique mall that paint furniture. And you know what? We talk. We're all friends. We share ideas. We congratulate one another because your people are going to find you. This isn't a competition. But if the word gets out that your antique mall has really good painted furniture and there's a huge variety and selection, it's only going to help one another. So be nice. Spread the kindness, do some random acts, do what you got to do, even if you're having a bad day, because it's going to come full circle and come back to you. And when you need it most, you're going to get that kindness in return. One more thing about spreading kindness. If there's new dealers in your mall, kind of look out for them, check in with them, say a friendly hello, answer any questions they might have. Really take a second to listen to them. You guys remember when you were there too, just starting out? It's scary and it's hard. So being extra welcoming to new dealers is going to help too, because another great booth in your mall is going to help everybody. Now we get to the piece of advice that I think I need to just make into stickers and I need to stick them everywhere, because the extra inventory that is sitting in your home is not going to sell unless you bring it in, or you post it online, or you do something with it, because it's not going to sell. Now, I am constantly reorganizing my stuff. I am constantly going through it, but you need to stay vigilant. You need to stay on top of those items. If you are thrifting, if you are finding cool treasures, make sure the turnaround time is reasonable and you're bringing things in so you can make the money. Don't become a storage unit. Make sure you are getting the money back for those items and making a good profit for your business. So bring it in, don't leave it at home. Also, if you want some information on how I organize, you can click on the link to the video above. As I said, I do have a whole bunch of videos in this playlist for booth owners. So if there's a topic I don't cover here, make sure to check out the list. Do a search and hopefully you can find what you want. If you don't find it, comment down below what you'd like some more information on, and I'll try to put it in an upcoming video. Okay, we've reached that last helpful reminder that I'm constantly telling myself. And this one's kind of hard, but it's so very, very important. Work hard on your business when you can. If you're just having, one of those great days where you're just rocking things out and you have a little extra time and there's something really wasn't on your to-do list, but if you did it, you'd be further ahead, go for it. Totally do it. But rock your business when you can. Do all of the little things to help move the needle for your business when you have the time. It's very important because There'll be times when you absolutely need to rest. Maybe you get sick. Maybe there's a family emergency. Maybe you just need a day to recover. Whatever it is, it's also important that you hustle when you can. You work a little harder when you have the time and the availability, because then when that rest time is needed, you can take advantage. You don't want to have to push through when you're not feeling well or when you need to be doing other things. And just adding on to that rest when you need it, if your body is telling you, or higher powers or your family or something has come up and you need to take a break from your business, heed that, do that. And hopefully, if you've been a little bit ahead, if you've been working harder on some other things, you're not going to feel so bad when you have to step away from your business. If you don't rest when you need it, you're going to end up needing longer rest and it'll hurt your business more. So really, you got to listen to yourself. And I know initially I was horrible at this, but now if I'm having a really on day where things are just going well, I try to do 1 or 2 extra things to make myself further ahead. And the same is true if I'm having a day where I'm just not feeling it. Spring allergies have hit me hard the last week. I had a horrible sinus infection, and you know what? I didn't get to my booth pretty much for an entire week, but it wasn't a problem because I have kind of been keeping on it and doing the things I needed to do. So when I needed to take some rest, it was not really that big of a deal, and I didn't feel guilty. But if I didn't take the rest, I could end up even getting sicker, and then I'd be away from my business more. So you need to listen to yourself and take advantage of those days where you have all that extra energy. I'd really like to know, what are the things that you have to constantly remind yourself if you are a dealer? What are the little pieces of advice or wisdom that are really helpful for you? If there's something different than what I mentioned, put them in the comments below so we can help one another. I really appreciate you listening to me and all of my personal reminders to help myself in my business. I hope they've also been helpful for you. Now get out there to salvage, repurpose, and create.